before I get into the conference call, I want to talk to you that today's the 26th of July, and it's the last week of July, so I hope you're all getting your volume in. And one of the best ways to get it in is with that all-natural skincare. I'll tell you, it's an outstanding group of products. The trio is just great, and for the month of July, if you haven't tried this yet, ladies, just try it. You know, you're not going to sell anything if you don't know what the product is. And, you know, I think sometimes some of our products are so great you think, oh, they can't be great. They really are that great. And it's on sale. You have a savings of $7.80. Plus you get the calcium free, which is another $19.95 value free. So you can't go wrong. It's a good month to try it. And once you try this trio, you're going to love it. We all have faces. All of your clients have faces. They're just going ahead and using certain, eye products, and maybe it's not a program, but boy, if they use this, they'll love it. And also, bear in mind our honey and apricot exfoliator. We're getting wonderful reports on that, and the Magnus Cell. It goes without saying about Magnus Cell. And of course, on the back of your focus, because this was the July focus, you got all of those wonderful monthly specials, which you save pretty close to $4 to $5 on every one of them. So drag your July focus out, go through it, and peruse it intently, and you're going to find that you can think, I might just try that. And if you do try it, you're going to find that possibly you're going to find a product that you think, wow, I didn't realize it was that great, because it really is. Now, I want to talk tonight about Come Alive in the Next 5. And as I said before, I said in my letter to all of you, what does that mean, come alive in 5? Because you've got 5 months left of this year, just 5. Now, what are you going to do with the 5? Are you going to think, well, gee, I'm not quite sure. I don't really have a goal. I don't know. But, you can win a cruise during these 5 months. Now, how many people have offered that to you? Win a cruise, you can do it. And we're going to talk tonight about some ladies who are doing it, and you probably be very interested to find out how they're doing it, because winning a cruise is almost unheard of, but we offer that opportunity. And for all of you who have been on some of our seminars, you know how great they are, and you wouldn't want to miss it. And Mr. Knobs has made it particularly easy with personal sponsoring. And we have a lady that one of our girls are going to talk about tonight, that she's almost qualified by personal sponsoring already, and she's brand new. So does that mean you can do it? Yes. And in personal sales, and then also by group volume. There's a combination, and on your seminar flyer, read the back page, go through it intently, and we're going to talk about it. Now, is it easy to sponsor people? No. You're going to say, no, it's not easy. Nobody wants to work. Yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. People need to work. I'm going to tell you an incident that happened to me this weekend, because I just couldn't believe it, because when I had people over to my home, we had a big surprise party for my grandsons for their birthday, and some of the mothers came along, and that was very nice, and I was enjoying everybody, and we were working like mad. And I don't normally talk about my business on a personal basis with people in my home, because I don't want them to think, oh, gee, she's got me here to sell me something. Well, lo and behold, we were just chit-chatting, and they said, well, what do you do? So I kind of explained a little bit and dropped it. They said, well, what does that mean? What is it? What do you do over there? And then they went on and on, and I said, well, do you really want to hear about it? Because I don't really like to go ahead and push my business on people. And I think sometimes we all think that way. Like, I don't want to be pushy, but they were really curious. And the more they got so curious, and I said, okay, you really want to hear about it? They said, yes. I said, okay, I'll talk to you about it. And I started telling them all about the skincare, and I told them about the bras and the color palettes. And those girls were so excited about it, and I said, I'll send you some literature on it, and I said, and then you come on over to the office and we'll talk about it. Now, there's an incident. People are interested. This one girl says, well, I need to get some good skin care, and I'm ready to buy the whole group as long as it's a good program, because I just don't have anything that I'm happy with. Well, how many people are in that category? And in doing so, I just couldn't believe that, I didn't even try, and people were asking me. So I'm just thinking, maybe we ought to look at this differently. From the point is that there are so many people out there, so don't turn around just because somebody's not interested. That doesn't mean that they're not later, and who knows what will happen of this. But the fact is, people are interested, and tonight we're going to hear about that. So before I turn it over to our speaker, would you all put your phones on mute, and that's a *6, please, or if you got a mute on your phone, because we're getting a little background noise, and I don't want you to miss anything on this wonderful girl that's going to be talking tonight. It's none other than Gail Bogdanovich, who's an international executive director from Massachusetts, and she's going to talk tonight. What is she doing to sponsor, and are these people excited about sponsoring, or what happened? How did she get them? And, this is summer. Nobody comes in the business in summer. Wrong. They do, and they are. So let's see what she's got to share with us. So, okay, put your phones on mute, please, and then let's turn this over to Gail Bogdanovich. Gail, would you like to share with us?
Yes, good evening, everybody. Happy July. I hope it's as hot there as it is here. Anyway, thank you, Phyllis. I'll do my best. I'm not a script person, everybody, but I'm going to tell you kind of like a little story with a big ending. It's the best way I can explain it. And did I come alive in July? Yes, I did. And so did a lot of other people. But anyway, it started with a phone call that I got from somebody got me from the internet. I don't have a fancy site. I'd love to. Don't get me wrong. Never had the time. But this young lady called me from Florida, and she says to me, I wore the bra for 20 years. It was a lead, and I called her back, and she said, and her name's Marguerite, by the way. She's on the phone call tonight. And she called me and said she wore the bra for 20 years, and she would like to get in the business. Don't we all love that kind of a phone call? However, it was long distance. It was in Florida, southwest Florida. And she said, what would it take for you to come on down here and train me? It was the basics of the call back and forth. And I said, well, you would need to have an investment because I would have to get on a plane, rent a car, and she offered her home to me. And so I booked the flight right away. Next day I booked the flight. I picked a week in July. My sister just had a double mastectomy, and she's doing fine. Anyway, here I go. She's doing fine. Well, anyway, so I booked the airfare, and I said, how am I going to train this lady? So Marguerite is a licensed massage therapist, okay, and she's going to nursing school, so she's a busy girl. Wasn't probably the best week I could come down for her, but she, consented to it. I then got on the phone. She booked some people in her chiropractor office. She has an office in the evening because she went to school during the day. Of course, I made use of my time, had some free time. Went to the beach a couple of mornings, and then I made phone calls the rest of the time while she was at school. And we fit some ladies, taught her all the techniques. I flew in on a Monday night. On Thursday, I had a curves booked all day. And Barbara is on the line. She's on this call tonight also. I'll explain that in a minute. And there were 4 ladies involved here. But anyway, I flew in, did a little training with Marguerite on Monday night. Tuesday and Wednesday, we did fittings, learned the techniques. Some of the ladies were not our bra candidates. They, just were not our bra candidates. But she learned some fitting techniques. And on Thursday, I must have called 8 curves, and I got the same answer. It's July. Snowbirds are gone home. It's summer. It's hot. You call me back in October. Only I wasn't coming back in October. I needed it now. And finally, this wonderful lady, Barbara, said, all right, I'll put the sheet up. What do I got to lose? I offered her a free bra, and she was just so nice, and she put the sheet up and below, and it was just got 22, I think 20 or 22 fittings. So on Thursday, Marguerite and I, after having a little bit of training, went over there. We did the fittings, and another lady came in. Her name is Arlene, and she got fitted and bought 3 bras and said to Marguerite, the new lady, new trainee, I'd like to do this business. And I don't know what Marguerite said to her. I didn't have a chance to talk to her today on that, but I'm sure she must have planted that seed because she probably, knowing her, she probably said, there's nobody in this area and I'm doing the business. I'll bet you my money that's what she said. And that's planting the seeds. I think that's important. like Phyllis said, it doesn't matter that you have to go after people. They are drawn to you if they want to do this kind of business. So anyway, at the end of the day, we probably did way over $2,000. In the middle of the summer, you wouldn't think we'd sell